बोलने का मौका दिया है। मैं आपके द्वारा हाउस को भी मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रही हूँ कि थोड़ा धीरज ये करके सुन लीजिए और सवालों का जवाब दीजिए, क्योंकि ये आर्टिकल 86 1 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन हैज द प्रोविजन ऑफ द प्रेसिडेंट्स एड्रेस। इसके माने ये नहीं कि राष्ट्रपति खुद बैठ के कुछ लिखेगी। सरकार की जिम्मेदारी और फर्ज बनती है कि उनके हाथ में देश के हित का जो भी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजंस है और उनकी प्रयास में क्या हो रहा है और आगे की क्या बढ़ावा है, ये बताती है सरकार। उनकी वो योजना रहना था। और ये भी मैं याद दिला दूं, थोड़ा इतिहास के पेजेस पलटा के, कि बीजेपी ने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिव्यू कमीशन बनाई थी 2000 पे अंडर अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी। द कमीशन वाज ऑफिशियली कॉल्ड नेशनल कमीशन टू रिव्यू द वर्किंग ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। मगर वहां भी यह फैसला हुआ था कि देयर इज नो वे टू इम्प्रूव and work go above what our constitutional founders of India had drafted, which was by Bala Sahib Ambedkar ji, Baba Sahib Ambedkar ji and Pandit Nehru and other forefathers. ये अपनी इतिहास है। अब सर, सरकार को जरा भी तकलीफ नहीं हुई कि राष्ट्रपति से ये कागज पढ़वाए। राष्ट्रपति जी तो मजबूर थी, शी इज द राष्ट्रपति। हमें आदत है हमारी पार्टी में महिलाओं का गरिमा और उनका मर्यादा रखने। हमारे पास इंदिरा गांधी जी थी, एक आदर्श महिला। हमारे पास सोनिया गांधी जी है, एक आदर्श महिला। और ऐसे ही इर्द गिर्द देशों में, हमसे छोटे देशों में भी महिला की लीडरशिप थी। तो हमें तो आदत है, वी नो हाउ टू रेस्पेक्ट विमेन and how to look after them. But the current government, sir, and their attitude, what they have shown, and they have total disregard to how it affects us. We the people, we are more than 50% of this country's population, sir. And there has been no analysis or honesty, namaste, sir, about how the falling rupee has affected our people. जब रुपया घिसते जा रही है, इसी देश के यही प्रधानमंत्री ने पहले कहा था कि देयर इज कुछ षड्यंत्र चल रही है, यहाँ भ्रष्टाचार के वजह से रुपया स्लाइड हो रही है। टुडे द रूपी हैज स्लिड टू एन एबिस्मल लो। हाउ डज द फॉलिंग रूपी अफेक्ट आवर पीपल? फ्यूल, पेट्रोल का दाम, कुकिंग ऑयल, मेडिसिन्स, इन सब की दाम बढ़ गई। जो हमारे घर का सेविंग्स है वो सब घट गए हैं। परिवार जो मुश्किल से पैसे जुड़ के बैंक से उधार लेके हम बच्चों को विलायत भिजवाते हैं पढ़ने के लिए, आज के दिन उनका फीस इतना बढ़ गया है कि हमें दूसरा लोन लेके फीस जमा करने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है। फिर MSMEs का क्या होता है? इंपोर्ट कॉस्ट बढ़ गए। Has the government conceded that your imports from China are still higher than the exports to China? And the falling rupee has actually shaken the stock markets. And today, if you see, there is a huge flight of capital from India. असल धनवान और पैसे वाले हमारा देश छोड़ के कहीं और मकाम लगाने चले जा रहे हैं। आज की खबर है सर, पढ़े लिखे शिक्षित लड़कों को जिन्होंने हमने विदेश भेजा है, वहां से मिलिट्री प्लेन पे USA में ट्रंप साहब उनको चढ़ा के सैकड़ों लोगों को वापस भिजवा दे रहे हैं। इस डॉक्यूमेंट में ऐसा कोई वे फॉरवर्ड। टुडे दे हैव बीन बोर्डेड ऑन टू मिलिट्री प्लेन्स एंड डिस्पैच्ड फ्रॉम द US बैक टू इंडिया। So sir, what am I to believe that what is the way forward? Technically, the President's address paves the way forward of how we have to progress in this country. The standard complaints that have come about, and all my honorable colleagues who have spoken on this subject, I agree with them on most issues. The solution given to women in this country, sir, though we are more than 50%, and though our forefathers gave us the right to vote from day one as compared to so-called progressive nations who never allowed their women to vote till recent times, we are being advised have more children. The sum total of women's progress and development has boiled down to that we should produce more children so that there is more unemployment, so that our educated are remaining unemployed. The country has earned more than 54 lakh crores in the past 10 years. Nothing has been handed down to the youth today. Uneducated youth and educated unemployed youth in the country are altering the social patterns forever. Aging parents, instead of retiring and being looked after by the children, are today forced to work so that they can sustain their home fires to feed these children whom we have educated and who have no job and are today unfit to do the parents' heritage or technical jobs, or to go out and get another job to sustain themselves. The government has not addressed any of these issues so far, and the percentage of educated unemployed in the country has been going up. Am I to believe, sir, that this government says that this is the way and this is the norm that we should apply, that new criminal laws will be bulldozed and by suspending 150 members of parliament? So this is upholding the constitution. Is this what we are to understand? That this is the norm and accepted way, that if you don't agree with them, they will throw you out. I want to remind everyone in this house, sir, that we not only, whether you're in the ruling or you're in the opposition, we take an oath of allegiance to the constitution and the nation. And we come here with the accountability and responsibility to the people of India who are there in the constitution as we the people. We are here to resonate what the public tells us. When we ask, it's not a criticism, but a constructive way for you to move forward and forge ahead. You take personal offense, such small, fragile egos, and they make so much noise, and they clap and cheer like cheerleaders without applying the collective mind towards our collective responsibility. Our role as opposition increases far more than the ruling party, because the ruling party can turn rogue, as in many institutional decline that we have seen. But as opposition, not only do we resonate, but we also give you suggestions. We encourage you to find a way forward. It's a learning curve for the ruling government, instead of which you're heckled. I've heard of people going, I'm a Hindu woman. I know that if you go to Kumbh and do a dubki, you hope you get an NOC from God. कोई पाप धुल जाए, वहाँ पाप का टैक्स लगा देते तो बहुत पैसे कमा लेती पार्टी सरकार, कि जो भी डुबकी मारे पैसे देके जा। मगर ये तो किसी को पता नहीं है कि तुम जितने भी पाप करो, तुम भाजपा में डुबकी मारोगे तो साफ हो जाओगे. There is no economic offense if you come to Bajapa. So this kind, I mean, are we to accept that? You think it's me talking? No. ये चर्चा हर नुक्कड़ पे हो रही है. पब्लिक हंसते हैं, सोशल मीडिया में मेम्स लगते हैं, इस पे सटायर बनती है, स्टैंड अप कॉमेडी बनाते हैं, और सारा विदेश भी हमें देख रही है. सर, जप्पी पप्पी से कुछ होता नहीं है. आज का दिन टैरिफ वॉर चल रही है, स्टॉक मार्केट कोलैप्स हो गई. वी आर अनेबल टू राइज because there is huge countries are having tariff wars. You think it's not going to affect India? What reply did we hear? Rupee sliding is not only against dollar. Seriously? Are we taking it so trivially? The dollar is not the only currency that we have to only worry about. Tariff wars between major economies are going to affect India, because you will have trade interruptions. you will have a disrupted supply line. As it is, because of conflict and war in other regions in our neighborhood, this has affected us. We have not geared up to meet with the manufacturing ability that we should have had by now, that we have put in. Am I to believe, sir, that having no deputy speaker in Lok Sabha since 2019 is actually enriching the constitution? Do we have to believe that? 16% of bills in the 17th Lok Sabha and 25% of bills in the 16th Lok Sabha were only referred to the parliamentary committee. The rest were brushed under the carpet. So High Court judges are either making hate speeches on public platforms and then they are rewarded to come into parliament and thereby denigrate the status of parliament as well. And ED, CBI and IT, we all know that history. We all get notices from the time we come back to the Raj Sabha. And then the media, the less said the better. So the media needs help and some support. And yesterday, Derek G very eloquently said, come to us. We are the voice that cannot be silenced. We are in the opposition and we will stand up and fight for the pillars of democracy. Yes. Sir, the president, we go to complain, as our party presidents go to complain to the election commission. What happens, sir? There is a no response system. There is a no response system to the RTI Act. Several states have not implemented the RTI. States have stopped taking pending questionnaires because they are unable to handle and answer this. And this is not what I'm criticizing, not at all. I'm just stating the facts. The Supreme Court of India had to take an intervention and they said this is an alarming situation and it undermines the citizens' right to information and weakens transparency, which was the reason that we brought in the RTI, sir, to empower the citizen. The Congress party brought it as an instrument of democracy to enable the citizen to bring in more transparency, to give him the rights to this knowledge and information. It is now lying defunct. It does, in some of the states it's not even there, it doesn't even exist. Same thing with the Whistleblowers Protection Act. These are all armory for the individual citizen in our country, sir. The Whistleblowers Act, which was passed in 2014 by the UPA, past 10 years has not seen the light of it. Yet there are arrests, there are raids for lesser known offences, but the right to information, the right to be a whistleblower has vanished. You can't talk about it. As well as, sir, the commitments that are made in Parliament. Are we going to collectively denigrate our own status as members of Parliament, as public representatives, that we do not honor or respect or implement what has been passed in this Parliament? Why do we have these sessions? Why do we sit and form committees and etc., if it's just going to be so facile? Why is it that we don't implement what the Parliament, with the collective intelligence and responsibility of people who have passed? I want to only tell you about one example, sir. The commitment that was made towards Telangana and Andhra Pradesh when we were a united state, which was promised by late Manmohan Singh ji on February 14, 2014. It was this house, both houses, that went through the act, and the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act was passed, and both states today stand betrayed. It doesn't matter if Andhra is supporting the BJP. These are conveniences. That's okay, we forgive them. But for us, what happened to the steel plant that was supposed to come in my Khammam district, which has a large tribal profile? What happened? The BJP minister told us that you tell the state government to set up a private entity. That was not what was decided on the floor of the House. Item 3 of the Schedule 13 of the AP Reorganization Act mandated establishment of a central tribal university. 9 years. A lifetime of ours, sir. 9 years in people of my age is a long time. 9 years, nothing happens. And then suddenly we are allowed, they start announcing it for electoral conveniences. Central Horticultural University, Palamuru Rangareddy lift irrigation project not given national status. Phase 2 of NTPC Telangana Super Thermal Power Station in Ramagundam in Peddapalli district. Why are these not taking off, sir? Why is there no credibility given? Why is it that we can't implement what was decided in this house? This is not some personal lagress. This is not jaizad ka hissa. This is not bheek which they're giving us. This is our right, sir. This is our right and we have to get it. Sir, I just want to tell you, every rupee that a young state like Telangana,
कृपया समाप्त करें।
हाँ कर रही हूँ सर, contributes to the union government of taxes, हमें 4 पैसे वापस करते हैं सर। 4.5% of India's GDP is contributed by my state of Telangana. हमें 4 पैसे मिलते हैं सर, 4 पैसे। हमारा प्रयास और आपका विकास, ये कौन सी तरीका है सर? प्रयास हम करते हैं और विकास आपका चलता है। ये आज सर आई एम कंक्लूडिंग।
समाप्त हुआ भाषण माननीय।
No sir, the entire southern states are discriminated. Entire southern states are discriminated, sir. ना कर्नाटक को कुछ मिलता है, ना आंध्रा को, केरल को। वहां इतना बड़ा फ्लड हुआ मगर उनको हमने कुछ भी नहीं दिए। और यहाँ आंध्रा और तेलंगाना का भी यही हालात है। तमिलनाडु is also left out of the entire. So why? Is it because there is no presence of the ruling government there that the southern states have collectively kept them out? So they will discriminate against us, that they will give us nothing. महिलाओं का बेटी बचाओ सर, मैं भी किसी की बेटी हूँ। बेटी बचाना है तो मणिपुर के भी हमारे बेटियां हैं, हरियाणा का रेजलर्स जो बैठे थे वो भी हमारे बेटियां हैं।
समाप्त करें।
और सर हो गया सर, आई एम कंक्लूडिंग सर।
हो गया आपका भाषण।
पेपर लीक कर देते हैं सर, तो इम्तिहान जो हम मुश्किल से फीस भर के बच्चों को लिखवाते हैं, पेपर लीक हो जाता है और वो रद्द हो जाते हैं एग्जाम्स। तो हम बच्चों का हम क्या करें सर?
आगे आपकी बात, बहुत धन्यवाद आपको।
नहीं सर, मैं आपसे सलाह पूछ रही हूँ सर। इसका
डॉक्टर कन्नी मोजी एंड VM सोमू, कृपया प्लीज। मैं तो करता ही नहीं साहब, ये इस काम में मैं पढ़ता ही नहीं हूँ। वो ऑलरेडी सशक्त है साहब।
मैं सशक्त हूँ क्योंकि मेरे इर्द गिर्द के पुरुष मेरे साथ हैं सर। आप भी तो मेरे साथ हैं, आपका आशीर्वाद रखिए। मैं ये कहना चाह रही हूँ कि अपना GDP ग्रोथ इज एट अ 4th टाइम लो। हम टैरिफ्स देख रहे हैं, अलग अलग बड़े बड़े देशों आपसी में टैरिफ पे लड़ रहे हैं। कहीं गलती से ये ना सोचे प्रधानमंत्री जी कि टैरिफ है सर, तारीफ नहीं। जो AI का आई बोल रहे थे ना, ये टैरिफ है, तारीफ नहीं। ये नुकसान करेगी हमें अगर हम टाइम पे। मैंने सोचा था, मेरे अपने सगे भाई नहीं है सर, मैं पार्लियामेंट आई तो मैंने सोचा प्रधानमंत्री मेरे भाई बनेंगे, मगर पता नहीं उन्होंने मुझे कुछ अजीब ही नाम दे दिए। जो भी है भाई तो मेरे है ही है।
धन्यवाद
तो
आपको।
सबको धन्यवाद।
डॉक्टर कन्नी मोजी एंड VM
आपने ये मौका दिया, धन्यवाद सर।
धन्यवाद। ठीक।